we are back. Welcome to another video. Yeah, why am I not going to say the word, you ask? That is because no matter what video you watch on YouTube now or Facebook, everyone is saying that magic word. And I'm sick to death of hearing that word. That's what you're writing it. I think that's been used. I'm not going to whack it too hard. Yeah, it's a bit awkward for casting off here, as you can see. Nice big slope behind us, so as I call it, I was going to do my taupe cast, which is a very short drop. Swing it out underneath the tip and bang. Richie reckons it goes a lot further than my so-called pendulum cast, so he's right anyway, I know he is. The pendulum looks better. Let's get the first one out. Yeah, it's a new line. I'm not going to whack this one too far. New line, so I'm just going to gently log it. This one got. God, my throat, even a little flick like that at such a height, that's, you know, that's well over 100 yards, so that's more than enough. Lots of slack out. When I'm fishing up at a height, I always let lots of slack out so it's all pinned down. The last thing you want at height is to have the line bowstring tight. The possibility the top of your rig could be off the floor. Yeah, nice tide there. Right, let's get the other one out. So yes, people, the first one's out. I'm gonna have a quick drink because my throat is on fire. So yeah, the morning I have had. Went to bed at 11 o'clock, slept like a king. Alarm went off 4:45. 4:15, I got on the motorway. 70 mile an hour. 70 don't speed. And then I hit something in the middle lane. Made a hell of a noise, a big bang. All the lights come up on the dashboard. Pull over. Tyre failure. And yeah. Cost me a few quid, I tell you, to have a tyre changed on the car, I tell you. But it is what it is. I wasn't changing my plans. I was coming here. So, some of you might ask, Dean, why are you over Brean Down for when the blonde ray fishing is really good in Barry right now? I don't want to sound negative. Oh, that's 8 inch, don't it? Oh, what? I put the wrong little tub in, they're all 8 ounces. Oh my God. Oh, go have a 7 in here. You a 7? Oh. I got 1.7 here. But yeah, so when you fish for blondes as long as I have, like 20 years, and caught as many as I have, after a few you just get bored of them. I shouldn't say that because we're spoilt in the Bristol Channel. We've got some really good ray fishing, but you know, you speak to some of the boys over here, they're sick of thornies. You know, that's why they come over our side for the blondes. Yeah, you have got blonde ray fishing over this side, but it's not as good as the Welsh side. You know, you do get them, but it's just the same thing. When you've done something for so long, like you got guys around my neck of the woods, Barry, Bridgend, Cardiff. That's all they fish for, 24/7, blonde rays. I can see why, they're an amazing fish, but I've done it for so long, I could quite happily not see a blonde ray. I'll probably get more of a buzz here catching a tidy thorny about 7-8 pound than I would a 17 or 18 pound blonde. Sounds crazy, but it's true. You know, there was an idea of going on the tope today, but the swells are too big. You know, you still catch them, but there's no point in trying to fish for them, hook them, and then trying to land them in 5 to 6 foot swells, because it's just pointless. Been there, done it. Gareth Israel will remember one day, Izzy, we was on a mark. They got the conditions completely wrong. It was supposed to be flat calm, massive swells all day. We had about 5 or 6 runs. We had a double hookup at one point. Just couldn't land them. We managed to land one just over 40 pound at the time. But all the rest, you just couldn't get closer to the water to land them. What have we done with that elastic now? So, you know, what's the point in trying to hook something when you can't land it? So, plenty of time for them. So, yes. We are down Breen Down. I love Breen Down. But more over the winter time when there's frost on the ground. But, you know, when you chuck these baits out, you got a chance of bass, cod, blondes, anything. It'd be nice to have a cod, wouldn't it? Tell you a story about a cod. I came down here low water one day and fished a reef right up near the end. And some guy just beat me there because I stopped to have food on the way down. He must have beat me about 15-20 minutes. And this reef, I like to go on the right hand side. I got there, he was there. So, you snooze, you lose, isn't it? First cast, he puts a ray bait out, 15 pound cod. I was like, oh my God. He had another one that day, I can't remember if it was 6 or 8 pound. But yeah, loads of thornies, absolute loads of thornies. So, it was low water, in close, about 50-60 yards. Fixed spool angler. You know, you could just tell he loved this fishing, he weren't into all this, you know, that most of us are. And yeah, 15 pound cod. See, you never know what you're going to catch in the Bristol Channel. Right, let's get the second one out. The coast is a bit stiff. I have to change that. I got a spare pack of breakaway saddle clamps. So, yeah. Right, let's get it out. New line, so just a gentle flick. I'll swing out, the back, lower the tip. Lovely job. Ah, I got an absolute slack liner. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, got slack liner first cast on the other rod, guys. I just put out the first cast on the other rod and the rod's going straight away. I was hooked over the tide, just drops complete slack now. Yeah, it's there, it's there. Yeah, it's there. What? Definitely a ray, it's just sat on it. Yeah, it's there, it's dropped slack again. Yeah, I can feel it running down tide. Because it's that special rig, you've got to make sure the whole bait is in his mouth. Yeah, he's there. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, there's something on there, small. I bet that's an eel. Right. Yeah, he's there. That's an eel, that is. I'm going to leave that on there. Let me get another rig baited up. Yeah, he's there. It's a little eel. So before I go ahead and bring that in, yeah, he's there. I'm going to go ahead and bait up another rig. And then I'm going to get the Conti rod out. I've got the Pen Slammer 6.5, 30-pound whiplash. That's braid, if you don't know. Yeah, he's there. Rattles. I bet that's a little snotty eel. We don't want them. We don't want them. Over it goes. Yeah. Back it comes. It's that time of year now. They will be out in numbers. I've had some good eels off here. I had a 24-pounder off here once. I'll see if the boys can attach the pictures. It's quite funny because as I'm trying to hold it up for the camera on my own, it does a full-on whip like it's trying to bite me, and I'm like that. I think it's quite funny. I was actually on this spot by here. First cast, about 4 hours to high. I thought I had a big cod. I got down there in the dark and there was a big eel, 24 something. Give me a lot of voices. Must be people on the path up there. Always make sure there's a lot of elastic around the top of the bait hook, top of it, like a figure of 8. Because otherwise, if you get a nice fish, pull it, it'll rip it off the dongle. It's always better to have that bit more elastic just to make sure. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that for 5. Still got another rod fishing. I'll go ahead and set up the Conti, get 3 small worm baits out there, and let's see if we can get a sole or something, or a whiting. Just a little run through. My Conti setup, 14 foot. It's an Ascua Surf 420. I don't know where it's from. I bought it off a mate a few years ago. I see them online. They retail about 250, something like that. And this is the only Conti I've never snapped. I've put 8-ounce leads on you, whole squids, catching huss, eels, having a laugh with it. But I haven't used it for a few years. But it's paired up with my Pen Slammer 6.5 that I use for catching mackerel down west. 30-pound whiplash. And on the end, I've got a 6 foot, I don't know if I can get it all in, flapper rig. 2 foot snuds. So it's a 80-pound rig body, 25-pound clear amnesia snuds with a Cedra bait stop, a sequin and a size 2 saltwater champion. I got half a black lug on each. I'm literally just going to flick this out 30-40 yards onto the mud, leave a nice bow of slack. Let's see if we can get something small. So just going to put it up there, out the way. I'll do. Just lay it on the floor, leave the ratchet on, just in case I get a tuner or something. Oh, ratchet's going. Oh, got a bite on the other rod. That's our first cast. I thought it was an eel. That looks like a ray, that does. He's there. Yeah. First cast. Happy days. First cast, On the rod I thought it was an eel. Nice thorny, about £5. Nailed on that special rig. Yeah, nice thorny first cast, probably £4 or £5. I thought it was an eel. If I'd lost it, I'd have been convinced it was an eel. But no, a nice thorny first cast, not too far out, about 80, 100 yards. Fresh line on the reels. Nice big bank, sloping bank behind me, so I'm not going for any records today. So, yeah, first cast. Yeah, when you're going down places like this, make sure you've got good footwear, good studs, and a rope always makes it easier. Right, I'm in a bit of a situation here, guys. First cast I had a thorny. First cast on the other one I missed an eel, coming all twisted up. As you can see, I've got a fish on both rods. Right hand rod's going over, left hand rod keeps going slack. So, yeah, when we get these in, we've got a double shot. All go, 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 go. It's on the surface out there. Just landed the one thorny. Let's get the other one in. Loads of slack. it is. Tell you what, that second one, it's not far off a double, if a double. Woo. Two cracking thornbacks, both second cast on both rods, both went pretty much the same time. Rod bent over on the smaller ones, probably about £7. I've just weighed this one now, it's £9.11. So I thought it was close to double. Absolute lump of a fish. Yeah, so £16 of thornback there. So absolutely made up. Happy days. Let's get him back.